can't do it, I don't have the capability or the behaviors, then I'm going to feel helpless. If I believe that the goal is possible, I even have the capabilities to do it, but I don't deserve it because I'm not worthwhile or something as a person, then you get worthless. And of course, the interesting thing is that they all tend to feed on each other. Helpless might make you feel you're helpless because you're worthless, and that makes you hopeless, and da-da-da-da. But a lot of times what you'll find is that it'll tend to focus on one of these elements. That the major issue is not really the person is hopeless, but they go, well, it's possible, but not for me. Or, it's possible, but I don't really, why me? Why should I be able to have this? What did I do to deserve it, to earn it? And over here, I just wanted to kind of, this is sort of a modification of a model that Joe Yeager made called, where he identifies some basic elements of change. And I think beliefs will also relate to these, and it's important to know where you're working with somebody. Somebody has a particular belief issue. Like, for example, in our argument, our negotiation between the two folks here, I think that the question was less how to than it was wanting to. And typically, this is the order that I'm going to go in. I want to first know what it is that we've got to do. If you don't know what to do, or what it is that you're trying to accomplish, you can't evaluate whether you want to do it or you know how to do it. So first you've got to get a goal. Then the question is, do you want that goal? In other words, does this person really want to be able to accomplish this? Do they want to be healthy? Do they want to learn? Do they want to be successful in business? Then do they know how to? And finally, are their beliefs set up in an appropriate feedback loop so they get a chance to? And we were kind of addressing all of those issues along here. That is the belief affecting you know what to do, you want to do it, and you know how to do it, but something kind of stops you from getting enough of an opportunity to let all the pieces fall together. And so each of these, I think, is something that will also help you sort out, just like these, the kind of issues that you might be working with when you're addressing a belief issue. Now, what I'd like to do is synthesize these things together with the sleight of mouth things we've been learning together.
And before we do it,
yeah.
there's one other model on there
Yeah.
that's worthwhile taking a look at. When you're thinking about sleight of mouth, one of the things to think about is you're changing a belief to another belief, hopefully. The question becomes, how do you get there? All of you know who Milton Erickson is?
Yeah.
Okay, Milton talked about confusion in a very interesting way. Now, what I'd like you to think about for a second is just go back in your own mind and think about a time when you've changed a belief. For example, if you've changed religions, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends. Now notice what happened. Okay. At one point you have a very firm belief about something. Okay. How did you change the belief? Was there a period of confusion?
When you weren't sure what to believe.
Now sleight of mouth does something really marvelous. How many of you had the experience of being confused?
Aha! Changes of beliefs occurring.
Okay. And then went at some point and found one of the patterns that you went, I got that. Okay. And we're able to take that pattern in, take in a new belief. So as you go back to thinking about a belief that you had that you changed, think about what the level of confusion had to be for you to change it. Robert happens to be a master at getting people over detailed and specified until what begins to happen? Confusion, trance. Okay. 7 plus or 2 minus chunks. Okay. He does that real well. I mean, think back to the beginning of the seminar. Okay. How many patterns have you gone through mentally?
I'm sure we'll get a different count from everybody.
Like what happened yesterday? Okay. See, that's why we're going to have this tape set available for purchase.
Oh, thank you. My confusion has ended.
That's right.
Was blind, but now
Okay,
I see.
but think about it. Think about sales. Think about some of the other things, okay, where people change beliefs. You know, Larry has been a salesman for years and years. Damn good one. For large companies. He goes out and he convinces people, okay, to end up with his belief system called what? Buy.
Buys product.
Think about Tony Robbins. Ultimate salesman. How many of you have been to Tony? Walking on water or whatever that is? Okay. I mean, Tony goes through a whole process. I sat in a sales process with him. Okay. Got people really, really overloaded. Okay. Got them totally confused. Okay. And handed them a belief. He went, okay, and almost everybody went, hey, yeah. Threw in a new belief. Said NLP is going to change my life. Now, Tony's real good at that. How many of you can remember a time when you thought NLP was a lot of garbage and then changed? No.
How many of you haven't changed yet?
So anyway, we wanted to throw that few pieces in there.
Just to confuse you.
No, to clarify the issue.
Which is actually confusing at a lower level.
But now that we've switched sides, why don't we elicit some data and then pick somebody and go?
Yeah. What we want to do is to find out, how would we go about synthesizing together all the various elements of the things that we've been talking about here into an individual change process. So what we're curious about is just finding if there was somebody who had a belief that you would like to try to defend against us. No. That you would like to get some more choices about, shall we say, in which would be willing to be a demonstration subject, and what that belief, we'd like to get some examples of what kind of beliefs those might be.
Oh, I have a belief that I'm an underachiever and I always will be.
Okay. Do you want that on tape?
I
Nationwide?
think I could manage it.
Okay. Here's one.
I have one. I work with a lot of men. I have this.
Speak up so the microphone gets it.
I work with a lot of men, and I have this belief.
That's a
that-
problem in and of
I
itself.
see the problem. Because I'm not allowed to be successful.
No, successful.
Not allowed to be successful. Okay. Yes.
I have a belief that I don't have a good business head.
That's true.
No, you're just a woman. No, I'm kidding. So, no, okay, so yeah, right.
Easy for you to say.
Okay,
Anybody else?
So that I don't have a good business head. I think that's good.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. I'm not going to touch. I can't sing. Okay, let's do the business one, just simply because it's going to be one that most people have at one level or another. How many of you have, I'm not a good business person on some level?
I don't have
On some level.
By the way, now listen though, there's actually difference is I don't have a good head for business. Now, by the way, listen to the different levels of belief. I am an
Start walking
underachiever.
up.
Yeah, come on up. I am an underachiever. That's more identity. I can't sing. That's specific behavior. I'm sure you'd probably get to identity eventually with that one somewhere. Okay, here. Well, I work with men, and I am not allowed to succeed. That's belief and capability. It's not I am this or that. But my guess is you might find lurking behind that one